Start that whole thing over again.
Okay. So I'm so good at this, is what I started with. And I'm so good at this
Then
because
tell me why.
when I get to the payment screen, instead of asking them...
And they're on the screen share.
And they're on the screen share, and they see everything. And instead of asking them, can I have your payment, or asking for a payment, or asking for a routing number and all that, I first ask them, I'm like, okay, well, this is how it works. The first premium is going to be taken out upon approval, submission of the application, and then I just go into an extended explanation of, well, every month after that month that's prepaid is either going to be the 1st or the 15th. So I give them a choice of either the 1st or the 15th, and with Aetna, it's, you know, it's whatever. I'll say usually people like to do the 1st or the 15th if I'm doing an Aetna one. But then they're thinking, the guy literally just said on the phone, he's like, oh, my wife's over here looking at me. I don't know what we're going to do the 1st or the 15th. What should we do, honey? Like, it was like a literal thing, but we don't care if they do the 1st or the 15th.
So here you're talking about two different closes in sales training. One is the alternate choice close. If they pick either one, you win.
Yeah.
And the other one is the minor or major, otherwise called small, big one. And you give them a tiny decision, like which is it, the 1st or the 15th? Yeah. And if they make that tiny decision, they've agreed to the entire thing.
Yes, that's what I do to them. So like I don't even know why I started doing it, but it makes it so much smoother to where it's not uncomfortable to ask for the payment. It's just like fluid. You know,
and one of the parts to that is you've gone through the entire process of your first name, is that spelled correctly?
Right.
Okay, what's your street address? So they're getting so much in the habit of answering, ask, answer, ask, answer, ask, answer. Okay, 1st or 15th. So it's just like a foregone conclusion that they're going to be buying, and from you, duh, it's going to be a done deal.
So yeah, it makes it so much easier to just ask them 1st or 15th rather than, okay, now it's time for you to pay me. You know what I mean? It's so
and so many agents will do the wrong thing by building up to it, and there's tension, and they're like, okay, now I need your checking information. Dead silence.
Yeah.
And they don't smooth it over by talking it over, it's just dead silence.
Exactly.
And you can never have that dead silence there, because then it's all pressure on the whole thing.
Off.
Exactly.
Gotta brush it
No
off.
big
And then
deal, just
a
move
big
it
part
through.
of it also is planting the seed before you do it too.
Yeah.
Before I even get them on a screen share.
What you're going to need to get
they
this
know
thing
what
done.
they gotta have ready. They know what they gotta have ready.
And how do you usually say that to them at the beginning of the app?
Well, Mr. Jones, there's 2 things that I'll need you to have ready today. If you could have your Medicare card available, we'll just need a couple numbers off of that. And then secondly, we'll need you to have a check available as well. We'll just need the banking numbers out, but it's at the very end. Don't worry about it now. But the reason that they need that is because they need it for the secure electronic funds transfer. All the insurance companies went over to doing that a few years back when Social Security went over to doing strictly direct deposit. So we're just trying to keep your money secure. And so if you could have that ready at the end, that would really be helpful. I don't really say that.
Yeah, I know. I like keeping it as small as possible. Like,
I don't even say
2
that
things we need: your Medicare card information, and the good news is, if you're turning 65, you may not even have it right now. That's okay too. I already know what it's going to be. Second of all, it needs your form of payment. We use secure direct deposit, just like Social Security does. So take care of that. All we need is your check information. Like if you have a check laying around somewhere, you don't even have to send us the check. It's securely, electronically done. Just need access to a check.
That's good.
And
That's
then
really
just keep
good.
on moving through.
That's gold. I usually don't explain it that much unless they have an objection about it.
Sure. All right, I sent you that email.